Well, good morning. It's day 3 of my winter walkabout. I had a better night's sleep last night than the night before. It's a lot warmer inside this snow shelter than it is inside of a tarp. The wind blew hard all night long. I could hear it out there. It sounded like a jet engine, like jet airliners kept flying over me all night long, but it wasn't jets, it was just the wind blowing outside. But there was no drift. Drifting snow got in. There really was no noticeable air current in here at all. I had a candle burning some of the night, and the flame didn't even flicker, so there wasn't really any kind of a current inside the snow shelter. I don't know what the temperature is inside here, but wind chill wise, it's much warmer in here than it is outside, I know. You can see that there's plenty of air gaps, so no concern about asphyxiation in here. Here's the view of the inside of my shelter from the head end. My shelves. I stored my pack there last night up on the top step, and the sled is making the doorway. You can see it's certainly not airtight, but it kept the wind out and it was very comfortable. I use my coat as an extra layer of warmth on my feet. You see, looking out, it's getting light outside. That's what it looks like straight over my head. The sun coming up on the third day. It's a nice blue sky up there, at least partly cloudy. It's the sun just trying to peek through the trees there. It's really windy. Well, I'm saying goodbye to camp number 2. Heading on out, looking for camp 3. It was cleared off nicely. Boy, it's still windy and cold. This morning I have quite a bit of uphill to do before I get back up on top of the ridge. Alright, I've just about made it to the top. Just a few more yards, and I'll be to the summit and go over to the other side of the ridge and hopefully find a place that's out of this wind. Now down in the bottom of that next deep saddle is where my camp should be. Here about 3 weeks ago I made another A-frame snow trench shelter there, just as an emergency kind of shelter in case I couldn't build one on this actual walkabout. Anyway, I'm going to go down and check out that shelter, see if it's still standing, and if it is, sleep in there tonight. If it's not, then go to plan B. The snow conditions are not what I had hoped for. I'd hoped for crusted snow most of the way so I could walk on top, but the snow is much softer than I expected, so I'm sinking in with my snowshoes. So the bottom line is I'm only able to go about half the distance in the day that I had planned. I don't really have to be anywhere any given time. I just need to be able to make a shelter wherever I decide to spend the night. Finally, there's the saddle I've been looking for. Down in the bottom of this one is where I hope to set up camp. At least there was an A-frame snow trench shelter down in there. We'll see if it's still there. It's a good thing I put a stick in there. Otherwise I never would have found this. There isn't much left of it. This looks like a little mound of snow. Boy, it's windy up here though. So what I'm going to do now is get out my shovel, dig out the end of it, see what the inside of the shelter looks like. If it's caved in, or if it's filled full of drifting snow, or if it's fine. We'll see. This is the inside of the A-frame snow trench shelter. It looks just about like I left it 3 weeks ago on the inside, except some of the roof blocks are starting to bow under the weight, and I'm not surprised. We've had some extremely warm days for the last couple of weeks. Broken records like in the 50s, and sunny, and so I fully suspected there's a good chance these blocks were going to melt and actually collapse. But once the temperature turned cold again, they've frozen in place, and now they're just arch-shaped, but still very strong, I'm sure. Alright, from this angle, the bow in the roof blocks is more noticeable, but it's still standing. You have to say something for that. 3 weeks now, with at least 2 of those weeks record-breaking warm temperatures and sunshine, and it's still held up. I've made a little raised platform in this one, a sleeping platform, and then that lower part down there is kind of where my cooking area is. I'm inside the shelter, doing kind of an inventory of my gear, and I noticed that one of my snowshoes is broken, and it's broken, and I only have enough repair material to patch it this one time. So I'm thinking of cutting this walkabout one day short. I don't want to spend another day like I did today, break the snowshoe again, or the other snowshoe again, and not have the repair materials for it. So anyway, a little disappointed about that, but nevertheless, we do what needs to be done. So repair wise, what I'm going to do, you can see right here, this has broken and this has broken, and there is a a joint in the aluminum frame right here, and when these two things break, the whole front toe of the snowshoe falls off. So that would be a bad thing, obviously. So what I'm doing is taking some zip ties and squeezing these back together as a temporary patch. So alright, it's lunchtime. I'm going to put this snow shelter to at least a little bit of use. And let's see. What's on the menu today? Trail mix. Custom made. It's a blend of cashews, raisins, M&Ms, and craisins. Not bad. This has been a good walkabout. Without doubt, it is the most physically demanding of the three that I've videotaped. This one, snowshoeing in powdery snow, deep powdery snow, is exhausting. I think I averaged less than 1/2 mile an hour through all 3 days. If I could find packed snow, that was good. But most of it was not packed, and it was just push, step, and anyway, I'm exhausted. So I figure I've got another well, if I'm not going to stay here tonight, and I'm going to cut it short, I've got about another 1.5 miles to go today. It's about midday right now. It's about 1:30, 1:45. So I'll work, but fortunately most of it's downhill. So I'll work my way down, and within at least 3 hours, maybe less if I'm lucky, I should be out. In the meantime, I need a recharge of some sugar. Since I'm not going to sleep in the snow shelter tonight, I thought, just out of curiosity, I would test the roof to see just how strong it really is. So first I'm just going to gingerly step on it with only just part of my weight. And then I'm going to lay on it, see if that will hold, and if that holds, then I'm going to go up and stand on it full weight. And actually walk along the ridge line. So there you go. 3-week-old, partially melted, sagging roof blocks, but it's still strong enough to hold my full weight, and I'd be more than confident sleeping in that tonight. Well, I made it. I had my doubts there at the end. Snow was so soft and it was so cold and windy, but here we are. So that's the end of my winter walkabout. Hope you enjoyed watching.